Hello, hello. We are back with you today. I'm Bryant,
I'm Erin.
and we are here to talk to you about something that is definitely near and dear to Erin's heart. And Erin is the production agent, she's the licensed agent and our team leader. And what is it that we're here to talk today about?
We are here to talk about what we are able to offer to our clients now that we're over here at EXP.
And would you say that we're able to offer more
Oh,
than we used to?
considerably more and consistently. That's the most important thing.
That is important. It is one of those things that you do always are going to do the best you can. Even when we had absolutely nothing, we did the very best that we could for people. And you pour your heart and soul into things. And we've gone in debt to make sure that we're keeping up with listings and that we have the proper equipment and proper everything. And every agent does that to a certain degree. Um, when you get into a situation where you're now with a company where you're making a lot more take home money,
Right,
the first thing that people are going to ask is, well, what does that do for a client?
right.
And every single agent on earth can sit there and go like, well, the more money I make, the more it's going straight into my pocket. And those aren't the agents that are typically very successful.
No,
We're not in the business of saving money. If we were, we'd be accountants.
right,
We're in the business of making money.
right. And in order to make money, you've got to take care of your clients
You got to
first and
spend money to
foremost.
make money.
There you go.
And we have always had, I would say, entry level professional equipment,
Hmm.
or very top end amateur equipment.
Right,
And what that does is post production. It's not like you can't get the sharpness up right. It's not like you can't get your colors right. It's not like you can't do all of these things, but it just takes a lot longer than just getting it straight out of the camera.
absolutely. And that adds time to getting what's important is getting the house in the market.
hmm And you've seen me take pictures for years now, and seen me working on pictures for years. And how long did it typically take?
I mean, it takes several hours.
Yeah. And it's never going to be up to that professional level.
Right,
It's going to be close. And thank goodness it's not, 300 DPI printable poster size photos that we're delivering. They are on the web, and that makes life a lot easier.
sure.
You can mask a lot more focusing issues and things like that. But now that the team and personally, we are making a lot more money with EXP,
Hmm.
we have been able to invest in a lot of good equipment. And what would you say has that done? Like, what is one of the things that we've invested in recently?
One thing that we've talked about for years wanting to do is a Matterport.
Yeah. And so the Matterport camera is the best of the best. It's got 7 cameras in one. It does the 360 photos. The 7 cameras aren't what takes the 360 photo. It's basically 7 focusing lenses that all piece themselves together through all of their software that they use. And the camera still turns just like a regular camera to get the panorama, and be able to build the floor plan. And we've wanted to do that for a long time and just never could justify it's a $5,000 investment just for that camera so that you can point and click and go from this room to next and look at a little
Right.
bubble thing. And when houses are selling in 5 seconds, like you don't necessarily have to have that. But that's the thing is like you see in these sorts of markets that realtors in general get rewarded for bad behavior. And it's called they don't have to do a whole heck of a lot. And that's when reputations of the industry in general get ruined,
Right.
is because you can just throw a house on the market and it's like, why do I even need an agent? And so it's important to continue to deliver very, very high level, always look to improve, always look to pour profits back into your business
Hmm.
and back into your clients, because that's ultimately what fuels your business.
Absolutely.
You don't live without them.
And that's why you are here doing what you do anyways.
Right.
That's the key. That's the foundation.
Hmm. And especially for you, we have for years picked essentially your clientele. And so if you're a client of Aaron's, trust me, you have been, should we keep this person or not? And it's either a absolutely, or if we've questioned it or waffled on it or whatever, you're gone. And that's not a bad thing, but we don't do the this is McDonald's and the customer's always right. We're professionals. We run a professional company. We offer a very high level of service, and you pick and choose the right clients. The best clients go with the best agents, and
Hmm.
that's always how it is.
Hmm.
The worst clients go with the worst agents, and you know when that agent's coming, that what's behind them is what,
Not great clients.
like basically attracts
There
like.
you go.
And if you're a terrible agent, you're going to pretty much attract terrible clients. And you have the opposite of that.
I'm
You
very fortunate. I would
you
say,
have amazing clients.
I'd say that I attract go givers like
Yeah.
myself. And that's what really is we're talking about here
Yeah.
is having that ability to do that.
And for those people, and that's why we don't do um, the customer's always right sort of attitude with things, because the ones that get usually rewarded for that are the ones that are complete a-holes,
Yeah.
you know?
The squeaky wheel.
Yeah. And it's like the squeaky wheel gets the grease, and it's like, well, I can go in and tell people how things are going to be. And it's like, not in our office. You can see yourself right to the door.
Hmm.
And the people that are, I just want somebody that is honest, ethical, that I can trust, and is going to do every single thing that they can in their power to make sure that I get the most amount of money for my house. And that's exactly what we do. And we've never been beaten. We have tracked every single number you can imagine. We never get beaten. We've never had a house sell that we could not sell for the same price.
Hmm.
Um, and that says a lot, because I think that you just tripped recently, and we need to do the numbers so that we know exactly, because it's an exciting thing that you've tripped 1,000 sales. And
Wow.
that's a lot. That is a lot. I mean, most agents in their career, if they do a 20-year career, the average agent is probably going to close 200 deals,
Hmm.
and in 20 years, you've closed 1,000. It's pretty awesome, you
Because
know,
I have amazing clients.
because you have amazing clients,
And that's
and they
all.
send their friends and family and coworkers to you because you are amazing person. I've never seen anybody work harder than you, and you always want to give the absolute best to people. And we're finally in a position that we can do that. So we didn't just get a Matterport camera. What else did we get?
Um, Matterport camera also were able to invest in actual professional level camera lens.
Hmm.
Most importantly, that's
Yep.
going to make a big difference as well.
So we finally have that true professional level, high end camera, high end lens, that is going to capture wall to wall focusing,
Hmm.
and sharpness. And you get what you get straight out of the camera is an amazing picture. You don't have to do anything to it. You just download it, put it on, and it's like, yeah, this is why it's more expensive.
And that's why it's so important because, particularly in the market that we're in right now, when things are moving quickly, and even if it's like you don't need to do something, you don't need to do that, that doesn't mean that you compromise
No,
doing things. If anything, this is when you truly set the bar
that's right.
for how things are supposed to be done.
That's right.
And
And
good
you always
pictures
want to be putting, just like you tell people, is you want to put your best foot forward
from day one.
from day one.
That will always equal you more money in your pocket and less time that you have to be living in a museum.
Yeah. And there's the reasons that you do all of those things, and there's the reason that you love mulch so much. You know,
More mulch.
it makes things look fresh. I mean, you cannot replace a fresh bed of mulch
You can't.
with a picture. It's just not going to happen.
It looks great. You know, you edge those beds, you edge your walkways, you line things with some great mulch, And that makes for amazing pictures and an amazing, amazing first impression as people are
And
going
bang
up.
for your buck
It is
is
absolutely
always what we're focused on.
mulch and paint, they're your friends.
And that's the thing is with all of this stuff, it's like you can have all the best equipment in the world.
Sure.
You've got to have good clients that understand and value your expertise.
Absolutely.
If they don't need to be here. They need to find somebody that they do value their
Mhm.
expertise. Um, and by doing those things, every single thing that we do and every single thing that every agent on the team does is for them.
Yes.
It's not for us to line our pockets or to cheat them or do anything like that. Everything has always, always, always been focused on, even if we take a big hit, we are going to do what's right.
Gonna do what's right. Mhm.
And we're going to do what's best for them, not what's best for us. And that comes back to you,
It
obviously.
it does. It does.
Um, and so other things that we've been able to do, we have a pandemic that we're in the middle of, and that hit us at a time where we had switched over to EXP. Thank goodness it's a cloud-based system, and we had just learned all of the things that we needed to do to be in a cloud system.
Sure.
That we didn't notice it one bit.
No.
I mean, we were doing the exact same things, and the next day when everybody was supposed to be wearing masks and nobody could show up to an office and sit around a table, we were already in virtual offices talking with people every day.
Absolutely.
We have multiple rooms that we go into, and you're essentially shoulder to shoulder with people
Mhm.
without being physically shoulder to shoulder with people.
Mhm. Mhm.
And so we didn't have any transition period, but we did need to up our game as far as talking into the computer.
Sure.
The first times that we were on Zoom, I mean, it is blurry, it's dark, it's you sound like a I don't know what, like you're from the Wizard of Oz or something like that. Um, the cameras and equipment that are built into your computer, I mean, they're there just so you have one,
Right. Right.
and they're not good.
No.
And so now having professional equipment to do that, your voice sounds like a normal person, like it sounds like you.
Mhm.
Um, my voice, I do not like, so it's like I don't want it to sound like me. But I think everybody I'm starting to learn is sort of like that. Not every single person on earth has uh, what's his name?
James Earl Jones or
Yeah,
something like
or yeah,
that. Right.
um,
The amazing speaking voice or what have
yeah.
you, or composure.
Exactly. So it's like not everybody has that voice. I have whatever raspy sounding, whatever voice that I don't like. But it is what it is. But at least in a microphone, I sound like me and I don't sound like I'm from the Lollipop Kids, you
There you
know,
go.
and we don't want that. So now when you get on with people, you click a button, you get on, you know exactly what you're doing. You have all the equipment, you have all of the services, everything is top of the line, and you're not going to run into these situations where it's like, where's my camera, you know, and like
Right.
the camera's shoved up your nose and nobody can see anything. It's like you've got a full camera, everything, and we have two separate areas.
Two separate areas with some great lighting and different things like that. And for people that were never ones that wanted to get on camera,
No,
you've, I think, adjusted to it better than I
right,
have, but I'm even getting finally on the bandwagon. And more than anything, I've been looking at it when you say giving back to your clients. Most of my clients now, when I'm meeting them for the first time, we're going to be a mask the entire time.
yeah,
So now it's nice to be able to, I look at it that way, that having this equipment, having an ability to show up and actually show my face and see
yeah,
their face
yeah,
before we actually meet, it's made a big difference right there.
yeah,
So it's changed the
yeah.
industry and we've changed with it.
So you actually are a person with a nose and a
That's
mouth
right.
and like
That's right.
all teeth. You have everything.
Absolutely. So when you show up to someone's house and they're looking at you like they kind of know you, then you realize they're laughing afterwards, like, "I'm so sorry, I just realized who you were
Yeah,
when you drove away."
right,
So
right. And that has been tough because there's some people that they smile with their eyes anyways,
yes,
and so you can see their emotions all day long. And then there's other people that their eyes are just like, I don't know, somebody cut them out and stuck some eyeballs in. They
right.
don't move, you know. Maybe they've got too much fillers and things and going on,
Yes.
that they don't move around. But that has been a difficult thing for me is like reading people's emotions
Mhm.
through their eyes,
Right.
only their eyes.
Right.
So that what you said, I mean, getting on a camera and having something where people can see you clearly
Mhm.
and they can see automatically and right away you look nothing like the photo on
Right.
your
Right.
on
Wow.
your business card. Like, oh, now I know why.
Mhm.
You actually do look because we take pictures all the time, but it is funny to see realtors' photos. Um, so, staying on topic or whatever, how do you feel last year to this year?
Mhm.
What you are one able to offer your clients?
Right. And
How
how
good or
has it
bad?
changed? Definitely for the better.
Hmm.
And I would say a big thing that has changed, as I was saying before, was the consistency.
Hmm.
That it doesn't matter what time of year it is, how many closings have come in, how you're reinvesting your commissions
Right.
back into your business, back into your clients,
Hmm.
that you truly can consistently
Right.
do that. And it feels much better to be able to go in and not be like, oh, what can I do for this person? What can I do not do for this
Right.
person?
Right.
Right?
And now you've been able to go in and do all the things that you always wanted to do to get the house
Hmm.
ready.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about those sorts of things.
I would say the beauty of it has been, even if things are selling quickly, is the importance of that best foot forward from the very get go, and having the ability to have a stager on call
Hmm.
at all times, professional stager or interior designer that can give tips on different things, and even can come in from minor shifting things around to full on staging, and being able
Hmm.
to offer that on a consistent basis is
Yep.
great.
And so you truly do, top to bottom, now can go into a house and go figure out what needs to be done, essentially to hand it over to the next family.
Absolutely.
Because I know that you've always worked with the same amount of people, and we always talk about this, that it is people that love their homes
Hmm.
and they are proud of their homes and they want to hand it over to a nice new family.
Right.
It is not people that it's this is just a transaction. I don't care about this house. You don't work with those sorts of people.
No.
And the buyers that you've always worked with, same thing, that it's like people that are excited. They can't wait to buy a house. It could be their first house, it could be their second house, or their 50th house.
Doesn't matter.
We're always excited.
We're always excited.
And do we need a realtor every time? We don't have
Yes.
one. We have us. But like,
Yes.
do we need one?
Yes, we need the advice that I give to my clients,
Yes.
and the consultation that I give to my clients all the time. We need it.
And we never follow our own advice.
No, no,
We want to,
we want to,
but we
but
walk in and we're like,
oh,
oh my God, look at Aaron, look at this thing over here. Like, like, they're like, wait a second.
the poker faces are
We don't
not so
have-
great.
And so, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that's super important is when you have those clients is you are there to what? Put them in headlock and
Right,
cover
right.
their mouth. And
Exactly.
don't shut 'em.
Put your hand on their, kick them under the table,
Yeah.
like, shh, be quiet, be quiet. No, I think that's the best thing is, uh, not that we wouldn't have always gone in and done everything we possibly could with the best equipment or the best advice or
Mhm.
what have you, that we have our resources. Now having the ability, the consistency to go in there and not it all be on me,
Right.
because we have the ability to truly have our pre-listing team
Mhm.
to help us navigate the
Right.
pre-listing process.
Yep.
So I'm focused on being the pilot,
Mhm.
not
It would be
landscaping your
yes.
yard,
It would be
cleaning
weird
stuff
to
up.
go on a plane,
It would be very weird.
and the pilot also shows you how to put your mask thingy
Exactly.
on and all the
Serving you
exit things,
drinks,
and serving your drinks,
checking
and
the
breaking up
overhead.
fights between people that wanna wear masks
There you
and
go.
don't wanna wear masks. And, like, they're also the, like, marshal dude that's, like, gonna shoot rubber bullets at people when they don't pipe down, whatever.
No, it's good. It's a true team.
You have to have a team,
True
and the
team.
pilot has to go to the bathroom at some point, so you have a co-pilot
There you go.
or whatever happens, you know
Right.
what I mean?
Mhm.
There's all of these things that have to happen, and you can't do everything, and we've always tried to do everything,
Right.
and it is nice to be able to have a professional do this professionally and do that professionally, all of these different things, and be able to have those resources. And it's not that we haven't always done that.
Right.
The difference is, are we eating ramen noodles for the next 3, 4 weeks?
No.
We're not. And we're not in a position to have to do that anymore.
No.
or have any lulls or anything like that to where we're going to be in a position. This is really not that bad, but you know,
Yes,
that it's
clients have always come
they've
first.
always come first, and we don't eat ramen noodle. I mean, sometimes we do, but like because we want to. But it's that feeling of like I've got to pour everything and I've got nothing left for myself. We
Right.
don't have to have that anymore,
No.
and that's a very good feeling. Is that comfortability allows you to do more,
It allows you to do
not
more.
less.
Right. And because you're not stressed about certain things,
Mhm.
it really takes, I think that's also what I love so much about it is it takes that stress off
Mhm.
of things that if this doesn't go right, how are we going to be able to help our clients
Right.
or do things for our family or doing, make a
Right.
living, what have you?
Right.
That it's that consistency of it takes that pressure off so you can truly focus on what the most important
Right.
thing is. That is doing what's best for your client,
Right.
hands down.
Yep.
And that's never compromised, but it's good to be in that space where you truly can be investing in
Right.
the things you need to do for your clients
Where you feel
because,
like maybe like January that you're not investing everything you've got
right, and hoping everything all
and
comes
hoping
together.
everything comes together.
Nope,
And
it's
it does, but
you
it's
know,
nice to not have that.
you know that it's going to because you have put your best foot forward
Yeah.
from the get go.
Yep.
You're doing exactly what you've asked your
Yep.
clients to do.
And so the bottom line with like everything with what we've done over the past 10 months
Hmm.
and switching companies to a new company that is just essentially a better in every aspect
Hmm.
company,
Right.
that a lot of agents look at it and go like, oh, okay, so you're making all this money now, that's good for you. What does it do for the client? And the bottom line is, what does it do for the client?
It gives back more,
Value.
better value, and also it gives us that ability to give back more to our community,
Yeah.
which is also really important.
Hmm. And so that is the thing with the company and with all of the values with the company, all the core values that it has, and the agents that we attract. I mean, how many times are you told, like, we do not attract greedy recruiters basically to this company? They
No.
don't allow you to do that. So all this recruiter talk is a bunch of BS because what you want to do, what this actually is all of the best agents getting together and going like, we can create something together
Hmm.
that is amazing
Hmm.
and help so many people and only bring the very best over with us
Hmm.
and truly make the best company in the world, and we're building it together and we own it.
We own it together and we're bringing those best agents in there who come from that right mindset of
Right.
why did they come into real estate? Why did they do what they
Right.
do day in and day out?
And
And
there
that's
is a
really important.
huge difference, even though you could have the best employees in the world.
Sure.
When you go into like a little restaurant or a little franchise restaurant or whatever, the owner, you notice them
Yes.
and they are running around doing everything, trying to make sure everybody's happy and trying to make sure everything is right.
Hmm.
Just the same as like a manager would do.
Right.
It's like you pick up the slack and nobody's going to do a better job for people than owners
Right.
because you live and die by the success,
Absolutely.
and that's a good feeling to have. And at the end of the day, that's what it does, is it gives back to your clients
Hmm.
because the right agents give back to their clients. They don't try to line their pockets.
Nope. This
There's
is
nothing more to say, really.
not really. We're so excited to be here. We'd love to share that opportunity with you other agents and thank you so much.
Alrighty, bye bye. We'll see you next time.